And so we're always talking about reducing demands on the kids, right? Reduce demands. So let's start reducing demands on ourselves because life and parenting, it's all too much. It really is. And like I said, there's so much, judgment and pressure that you got to do this and this and this, and you don't. You have to do what works for you and your kids, and ignore the stuff that doesn't apply to you. But so just some really like good practical tips. Number one is conserving energy. This is something I've had to do because of the chemo, because of, my energy being almost like zero at a point. But a robot vacuum, and I thought that was like so bougie. But honestly, I saw one at the store for $25 the other day. It's not bougie anymore. But you know, it's just, it might be worth it if, because my kids are not very helpful with cleaning up. I don't always have the energy, but having a messy house is stressful. So something as simple as getting a robot vacuum to help you out. Buying the fruits and vegetables that are pre-cut. I know I used to always be like, no, no, like they cost extra and I can just cut them at home. Why would I pay extra for that? But if you're busy, if you're tired, if it would help you and your family eat more consistently and eat more healthy and not stress about meals, spend the extra couple dollars on the pre-cut fruits and veggies, or again, whatever it is for you. If it's doing, takeout sometimes, or just, we don't need to be feeling bad about those things. Like, oh no, I need to be slaving over a home cooked meal. No, we just gotta make sure everybody's fed and moving on. A shower chair. I mean, this is something I have has been super helpful for me. But honestly, I think even if I did not have cancer, I think a shower chair would be so great because gosh, it's probably your only time that you're alone. In fact, you might not be alone. My kids usually bust into the to the bathroom when I'm in there, but um in the shower, like that's the last place we need to be expending extra energy, like just sit down, just um or a disabled parking placard. A lot of us, if your children elope or have danger, safety awareness issues, you can get a disabled parking placard. And just that has been, it's again like a small simple thing, but being able to park right in front, go right in, my kids don't run off. I'm not worried about the cars and the traffic, because we've had some big scares with elopement in the past. And so something as simple as, having that primo parking is just going to make your day easier. Going to the store is hard with kids. And so something like that. And just even again, like literally your energy of chasing them through the parking lot, and, and the electric shopping carts, like the electric shopping carts that they have at, Target or wherever. You don't need a you don't need a permit to use those. You don't need a disabled parking placard. No one will ask you why you're using it. We use it. We get in there. Sometimes my kid sits in the basket thing. Sometimes she sits on with me, but again, it's like, if you have to go to the store and you have to get food or whatever essentials, and you're just dragging yourself out of your car, use the electric shopping cart. It's fine. You can do these things. Also, just really, really adjusting. So this is going to be adjusting almost everything probably, but adjusting our standards. So if the dishes stay in the sink overnight, even for another night, maybe another, oh well, okay, it's okay, it's okay, but just, I think we've got to adjust our standards, and along with that, our priorities, right? So yeah, especially with a kid with high support needs, that's going to be the priority. It is. And if your kid needs you and it was a long day and you're just exhausted, leave the dishes there or leave the floor dirty. I don't care. It will be there. It will wait for you. Go to sleep. Rest. But don't beat yourself up for those things, because yeah, just when you really prioritize your life, um, a lot of those things can go to the wayside. And I'm not saying let your house become, unmanageable, but just to not put that pressure on yourself of like, oh, everything has to be clean and this is disorganized and I need to do that. Like, if you don't get it all done, that's okay, because you were prioritizing your child, or you were prioritizing yourself maybe sometimes, and that's good. That's a good thing, so just like I said, if you need to let stuff wait, do it. um and yeah, and the judgments from other people, we don't care anymore. We're gonna let that go. you know they don't understand your life. They might not understand why you're doing everything the way you're doing for yourself or your kids. Okay. This is a hard one, but I've really, really worked to just completely let go of the judgments of others, because it doesn't matter. It doesn't actually matter, as long as you know that what you're doing really is, the best thing for you guys. But yeah, and you might have to adjust work, if possible, like working from home. My co-parent has been working from home since before pandemic, and it wasn't a work from home job, but we asked his company if he could work from home because we needed to move, and they allowed it. And now he's been doing that for like since before, pre-pandemic. But just adjusting a lot of things, right? So that maybe you can be home more or be with your kids more, or be able to homeschool or whatever it is. But just, adjusting your schedule, adjusting everything, and building independence in the kids. So this is hard. This is hard, especially if, for our kiddos, because they really do need us. They really do need their safe person so much, right? But we can little by little build up their independence. And the more that happens, the more that you can actually breathe, right? And maybe rest some of the time. So for us, it's been really helpful doing homeschool, um, because the kids are here and they're with us, but I am really encouraging them to be more independent. So for us, that's just meant, really staying nearby them, but me doing my own thing. So I'm maybe on my laptop or I'm doing something else, but I'm still there. I'm nearby, working from home if possible. Um, Doing as much as you can on Zoom. I try to set up as much as I can to be a Zoom meeting or telehealth meetings, so I don't have to leave. I'm here, you know? Um, and so my kiddos can be with me really super focused one-on-one time. Um, I think to us, it feels like we are like, I feel like I'm always giving all of my energy to my kids, but maybe I am, but my cell phone is being, and I'm checking it, or somebody's interrupting me, somebody's calling you, just right, like all these little things. And to our kids, especially the real sensitive ones, it feels like they don't feel that we're their focus, so I've been trying to really make that effort. And it's not going to be all day. It's not like 24 hours of staring them directly in the eyes, but it's like when you are playing, put the cell phone, leave it, don't check it, or don't, just that. I've just really tried to like give them my attention, and that's helped so much, especially if I know that I do have to leave. So if I do have a doctor's appointment I have to go to, or I have some rare occasion where I'm leaving without the children, if I can give them some super focused one-on-one time that day, then when I do say, hey, I gotta go and I do this, they're like, okay, bye mom, love you. Whereas before, oh, it was a horrendous meltdown anytime I left. And then just always child led with independence too, right? So it's, following their lead. And so when they really need you, of course, that's maybe not the time that you super push the independence, but little by little, right, that they can tolerate. And like I said, with you there, but building in them doing their own project or doing their own thing. Um, and then just quickly, the tired games, I have to recommend these. I did not come up with these, but they are fantastic. So when you are too exhausted to even move, these are games you can play with your children while you are laying down. Uh, so you lay down on your stomach and they draw on your back, like they can draw a picture, they can write their name, they can write what, and you have to guess what they're drawing. So fun. Plushy pile where you lay down and they go and collect every pillow and blanket and plush teddy bear in the entire house, and they just bury you in them and you just lay there enjoying it. And a favorite around here, what's on my butt? You lay down you're always laying down, importantly. Again, you got to lay on your stomach for this one, and the kids can go pick anything. I mean, they can go get a toy, they can go get a banana, I don't know, they go get random things and they put it on your butt and you have to try to guess what it is. And it's silly and it's funny, but you are giving them your attention and you are engaging them, but you importantly are laying down while they are running around collecting things. So had to mention those. And then anytime for the rest of the presentation, if you see like this little yellow post-it note down here in the corner, that is a book recommendation. So Listen is a really great book that that I loved, that just kind of talked about some of these things. But Listen is just a really great parenting book overall. And it's like very similar type, like a Ross Greene type of approach, but more with the communication. And but yeah, and it's great for parents because it also talks about not just communication with your kids, but listening partnerships, where you can vent, where you can process your emotions. So I highly recommend that book.